Welcome to Collecting Chaos. It's Freeform Friday. This is the comic you wanted me to work on. This is the comic you wanted me to clean. It's been sitting in an ozone chamber for 2 days. Why? Because of what was on the back. Some nasty stuff back here that was going on that needed to be killed before I could clean it. Possibly mold down here. I didn't want to take the risk on it and find out that it was mold after I'd started cleaning it, so I just went ahead and put it in the ozone chamber to kill that straight out. So I have other comics I need to work on as well, so hopefully I can get all this done today and we'll be set. This has not been warmed up, so I'm going to go warm it up in my press while the intro is rolling. And I'm back. I got my glove on because we're going to start right in on the back side of this comic, and we're going to start with the Immaculate. I'm not going to mess around with anything else. Just get it started right away. Just get me a backing board that I can put under here. And I think I'm going to use a sheet of parchment paper with it too. Just for that extra little bit. That'll make my backing board last longer. Alright. Where's my pads? I'm just really not prepared. I haven't even drank any coffee yet this morning. So, see what we can do about getting some of this stuff off of here. A little bit of the red off. I expected that, but there's so much dirt and so much nastiness on it that it's going to happen. And I'll be back once this dries and we'll see what I need to do, see if I need to go over it again. Let me go ahead and put my chopstick in there. Okay, I just went over it again. You know the basic procedures of this if you've been following me for any length of time. If you don't know the basic procedures, go ahead and go back and watch last Friday's video. Basically, it's always the same with this stuff. You just put it on, you let it dry, you go over it, you put it on, you let it dry, you check it, and then finally you clean it off with water. I'm going to go ahead and keep working on the back cover till I'm satisfied with the way it looks. Then we'll go to the front cover and I'll start filming again. I'll show you with the results of the back cover before I go to the front cover. Well, it's 3 hours and a couple of cotton rounds later. Yeah, it's a crap ton of them. And I think that's all I'm going to do for the back cover today. It's just, it's so bad. It does have a tear here, a minor tear here. I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to go ahead and fix that. So the only thing I need to do now is to kind of wipe it down a little bit. Get it a little smooth. Right here it's still rough. I don't know what that was that's on there, but it's not coming off. But the rest of the cover is pretty smooth now. So I'm going to flip it over, move all this stuff to this side, and I'm going to start working on the front. Now the first thing I want to do is get this ink off. Not sure how I want to do that. I'm going to try Immaculate first and see how that works. Up there a little bit, I was working on something else. Put a glove on. I'm not going to try to clean the whole comic right now. I'm just going to see if I can't get this ink stain a little bit less. Maybe get some of this ink off. And I'm blotting it. I'm not rubbing, I'm just blotting. And I'll see how that does. If that doesn't work, I'll use something else a little stronger. So we'll let that dry, and then I'll see if it's going to work or if I need to use something stronger. This taking off, I think that's ballpoint pen. Taking off ballpoint pen can take days and days. So I may just leave it on there, you know, see if I can get it to fade a little bit. If I can't, then I might just leave it on there. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, this is not going to come off with Immaculate. Now I tested it out with a little bit of acetone, and that will probably take it out, but it's going to take a long time. So I'm going to hold off on removing the ink and just worry about getting the comic cover clean aside from that. So let's do this. We're going to go straight to the white eraser. And I'm going to do a little bit of getting some of the surface dirt that I know I can get off with the eraser. And I'm just going to go over this real quick. Because I have a gazillion other things I need to get done. And you all know how to do the erasing things, so I'm not going to go over it in too much depth. I'm sure I have a video on it. Next week I'm going to have a special on the what I'm going to do, not next week but Friday, I'm going to show 3 comics. All of them need to be cleaned. I'll allow you to pick which one is going to get cleaned, so that ought to be a fun little thing to do. And yeah, let me put the glove on and hit the Immaculate. And yes, I do reuse these gloves a little bit. because 10 seconds with a MacuClean and then throw the glove away just doesn't make sense to me when I can carefully remove the glove, maybe, and reuse it sometimes. Yeah, it's more or less on. So let's go ahead and get some of these out. Make this comic look pretty. At least the cover. The front cover. Back cover isn't going to look pretty anytime soon. A little bit of schmutz off of there. A little bit of nastiness. That's always a good sign. Okay. I'll be back once it's dry. No, you know what? I'm going to finish cleaning the front cover, then I'll come back and show you what it looks like and decide what we're going to do next. So I worked on it some more. I worked on this a little bit more. I got some of it out. I just don't have the time to keep going at it and get it out, all of it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I've cleaned it several more times with the MacuClean. Now I'm going to go over it with the water. Get that off. Get most of the MacuClean off. And there's something else I want to do to it, so it's not going to end right here. I am going to show you a few more things. See, this cover is a little loose, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up my solution of the methyl cellulose and water, and I'm going to go over the inside here to try to strengthen that a little bit on both the back cover and the front cover, and see if I can't tighten it up a little bit. It might work, it might not. We'll find out. And once I do that, into the press it goes, and we'll press it out. Then I'll show you the results after about 6 or 7 hours in the press. I'll show you the results, front, back cover, and from there I'll put it back in the press cold and let it just sit for a couple of days. In the meantime, while that's pressing, I'm going to be showing you something else that I think you'll get a kick out of. And it's kind of a surprise, so we'll see. We'll check that out at the end of this video. Okay, I forgot to turn on the camera. I'm back. I've been mixing up this methyl cellulose. I used about a 1/16 of a teaspoon of methyl cellulose and about 3/8 of a teaspoon of water. And I was mentioning that I'm also doing this somewhat in the dark because my camera decided it wanted to overexpose today. So anyway, move that off to the side, and I'm just going to paint right down the edge, especially right around the staple. And all I'm hoping to do is strengthening that edge there. get to the back here. And I'm going to end up holding this for a while. Same thing, just paint right along the edge. And hopefully this will strengthen those horizontal stress creases that I have along the spine. Take that and set it here so that I don't have to sit here and hold it. Okay, I'm going to let that dry just like it is. Stick my brush in the water. And then it'll be time to put it in the press. And I'm back, and I believe it's all dry. So, yeah, it appears to be maybe a little tighter, I don't know. We'll see. I'll be steaming it and pressing it, and we'll see how it turns out. And then after I show it, I'll work on getting that ink off later next week, maybe. I don't know. Sometime when I have time. But yeah. The next time you see it, it will be as done as it's going to get this week. So I'll be back in a bit. Well, about 6 or 7 hours actually, but it'll be just a couple of seconds for you. And there it is. I'll be putting it back in the press without heat, just to cold press it for probably 24 to 48 hours. It didn't come out as clean as I would have liked it, but it's just got so much crap on it, it just wouldn't come out. I will probably do another cleaning on it at a later date. I still intend on getting as much of this ink off as possible here. But yeah, there you go. You gave me a tough one. You gave me one that's really tough. I hate you all. No, not really. Yeah, but everybody that voted for that's now on my poop list, so there you go. One more thing before I close this out. Next week, of course, I'm going to want to showcase another cleaning or repair video. In this case, it's going to be cleaning. And I want you people to decide what I'm going to clean. But I don't want to wait till the last minute, so I only have one day to clean it, because that could have come out a lot better if I had more time. So I'm going to show you 3 comics, and I want you to pick the one that you want me to clean. And Monday, on the Monday morning show, I will let people know which comic I'll be cleaning for that week. And your choices are Forever People #2, from May of 1971, so a nice, very early Bronze Age comic. Submariner #9, and this is from January 1969, so late silver, very late Silver Age. And finally, a full-blown Silver Age comic, Fantastic Four #44. And this is from 1965. It is a subscription copy, so it's always going to have this crease. I'm never going to get rid of that completely, but maybe I can make it a little lesser. Maybe I can press it a little flatter on the back, because you can feel that bump there. So there's your choices. Which one do you want me to work on? Let me know. In the meantime, make sure before you handle your comics, your collectibles, your toys, your games, or whatever you happen to be into, and especially before you try to clean anything, wash your hands. It's good for your comics, good for your toys, good for your collectibles, but most of all, it's good for your health. And we'll see you tonight on Horizon Picks auction. Be there. Bye.